Acknowledge that Aurora is part of the treaty lands of the Mississaugas and Chippewas, recognized through Treaty Number 13, as well as the Williams Treaties of 1923. A shared understanding of how the rich cultural heritage that has existed for centuries and how our collective past brought us to where we are today will help us walk together into a better future. May I have a motion to approve the agenda as circulated by the Legislative Services? And sorry, I can't see because I'm just reading from my screen. Thank you.
Michelle.
Thank you, Michelle. Seconder?
Shaheen has her hand up.
Shaheen, thank you. Just one sec. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Just one sec. Okay, okay, so any questions or comments on the agenda? If not, I'll call a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay. That carries. Declaration of any pecuniary interest or general nature thereof. Are there any declarations of pecuniary issue? Conflict of interest, anyone?
No.
No. Okay, thank you. Oh, I just figured out a way to make sure I could see you and read at the same time. Okay. Receipt of the minutes. The Mayor's Golf Classic Funds Committee meeting minutes of September 5th, 2024. May I have a motion to receive the meeting minutes of the September 5th, 2024?
Rob?
Moved by Rob, seconded?
Dan.
Okay, Dan, thank you. Any questions or comments on the minutes? All in favor? Any opposed? That carries. And we have no delegations. So the matters of consideration, each matter is dealt with separately. Request a motion to put on the floor. So here we go. So we received an application from the Learning Disabilities Association of York Simcoe regarding funding requests for summer camp. May I have a mover and a seconder to put the item on the floor? It's moved by somebody?
Michelle.
Michelle, thank you. Seconded by?
Rob?
Rob, thank you.
Dan.
Okay, so we don't have, you're saying, a representative from?
No, it's too bad.
Good.
Helga from the Learning Disability Center is supposed to be here, but I guess something must have come up. So
That's okay.
if the committee's
So
okay with
my assumption, you've had a chance to read the application is for funding to support summer camp subsidies. So that the application from Learning Disabilities Association York Simcoe regarding funding requests for the summer camp be received, and that the committee will provide direction on granting the funding request, denying the funding request, or deferring the consideration to a future meeting. Does the committee have any questions or comments that maybe you want to bring up that would affect if we're going to be able to vote today?
Shaheen has her hand up.
Shaheen?
So I have a question about the funding, because when you have a summer camp, I work in childcare. Subsidy is through York Region for summer camps, childcare. My question is, where would the funds being asked for go towards? Because, like, for example, if you have a child with special needs, York Region gives you grants and subsidies based on that in your program. So my question is, why does the applicant require this supplemental funds? Because, like, if it was for maybe resources, like maybe like an equipment in the classroom or in the program, I can see that, but where are the funds being allocated? I mean, it's only $5,000, and in a summer camp, $5,000 gets used just like that. But I'd like to understand where the funds are going. Because if it's going towards enrollment, well, York Region already, like, for example, I have 2 children in my care, and both parents are not paying anything to me personally for their care, because York Region has them on subsidy. So this is my question. I hope that more is clear. And if you have questions of me, to answer why I'm asking this, feel free to go ahead.
I think that is a very fair question that, Mike, we may not be able to answer. Did anybody see anything in the letter that kind of responds to that?
Just through you, Madam Chair, on the plan, the one line I'm looking at, we plan to use receive funding to subsidize the camp for students. I think it's going to cost $12,000, so $5,000 helps them offer a cheaper cost to 12 different students is what is in the, and I'm just purely reading from the application. I don't know anything more than that.
So then I guess the question then is if that question is a fair one that Shaheen has brought up based on her knowledge, can we move forward making this decision without Helga's input? Or Rob?
Angela, can I make a suggestion that perhaps, with this being a legitimate question, we can defer it, take it back, and the individual can hopefully address us at the next meeting as to where that funding goes.
Yep, I think that's a very fair comment.
I'll make that
Wait.
motion.
I think Mike has something to say about that.
Well, it just won't, the next meeting won't be until the new year. If we're fine with that, then
Right.
I think if summer camp, presumably we can definitely get the money to them before summer 2025. So presumably that's okay.
Okay,
But
well, why
yeah,
don't
so if you want to do
then-
motion,
yeah, I
motion to
appreciate that. So
defer?
the motion then on the floor that Rob is suggesting is that we defer consideration of the funding request to a future meeting. All in favor? Anyone opposed by that? Okay, so that carries. So if we can, Mike, go back to the requester and ask if she can be attendance of the next meeting, whenever that
Yep.
is. I will be unavailable from the 19th of January till the end of the month. Otherwise, if you want to do an earlier one, that's fine.
Yep. Sounds
Okay,
good.
so go back to my notes here, 1 second. All right, so we have no other informational items. And does anybody have any new business?
No.
Nope. So may I have a motion to adjourn the meeting moved by Dan, seconded by Shaheen, thank you. And all in favor? Any opposed?
Thanks.
So that carries. Thank you very much. So thank you, Mike.
Thanks,
8
everyone.
minutes,
Appreciate your
Angela.
time.